Could you tell me a little bit about yourself? We're going to talk about graduate recruitment today, but I'm just interested to find out what your sort of background is, Harry.
Basically, I run a sales and marketing company, developing sales systems for organisations, and I've got, over the years, bogged into managing sales teams for engineering companies. Probably the same reason that there's a lot of lack of engineering skills, there's a lot of lack of sales skills. Years and years ago when I went into sales, a lot of companies were training their salespeople as apprentices, etc. That doesn't happen, and there are a lot of bad experience that the organisations have by taking supposedly experienced guys on, and the 2-year cycle seems to be quite prevalent. A year to find out they're no good and a year to get rid of them. They've got to have some natural personality. Doesn't necessarily mean they've got to be an extrovert, but they need a bit of personality, a bit of presence. They need to be technically capable of talking intelligently with older engineers at the right sort of level. And I think the primary thing is that they've got energy and they're competitive. They want to succeed, and that's what we try and use, that sort of energy. They will go on at least one sales training course, which I will run for all of them. Sometimes we'll send them on external courses which are more suitable for particular areas that we want to work on. Maybe telephone appointment making, maybe time management, things like that. I think firstly, make sure that the graduate knows what the role is and what they're going to be expected to do, because you don't want any surprises. You don't want them to find out that it doesn't suit, and don't be frightened of the fact that they may not want to work for you. But make sure that they understand what it's about. Make sure that the graduate is technically capable of doing it. Sometimes the degree is not always what it seems to be.
Yes.
And some of the things that we found is some of the degrees where the vast majority of it is coursework is not as good as the degrees where they've actually had to do an examination at the end, because they've actually got to know what they're talking about. And certainly in the sales role, the retention of that sort of information tends to be quite important. The thing that you've got to be careful of with graduates, I think, is that sometimes they're just looking for a job. And they'll take the first one they've been offered because it means they've got a job. You need to be able to see through that if you can. You won't always, but that's the area I feel probably the biggest weakness in. Overall, I would say it's been very successful. Occasionally you get situations where, because a graduate doesn't really know what a sales role is, and he gets into it, and he may decide he doesn't want to do it quite quickly. So you get some failures in that sort of area, which can be an issue. You sometimes find that the guys can't deal with the competitive aspect of sales, and you sometimes lose some of those. But if you ask me in general, I would have said that 75% plus of the people that we've recruited have been successful.